this from start to finish was just a straight up like just all to Genos and proving like how fucking pointless that tournament was when it was like, oh yes, look at the strength of that guy and all that with his fury fists turns to Genos, machine gun blow, like it destroys him. Oh, he's like electricity and all that is like pure fire, like, and there goes Genos killing more and more people going from left and right, left to right. Oh look, there's like all these guys. Like, Jesus Christ, it's only been a couple of minutes and Genos has nearly cleared out the entirety of Sea City right now out of all its baddies. It's like, you know, this guy's a fucking monster. I feel like definitely now, like, Yusuke and Murata might heard maybe some of the criticism that people were getting on there. Because I know, like, obviously, like, since, like, the actual One Punch Man, like, both, like, the original 1 version and the Yusuke and Murata version, obviously, are both webcomics, although they are publicized, you know, in Shonen Jump as well. And I think maybe as well, he might have got a couple of saying, you know, you might want to look on the tournament a bit. And plus, I think it helps a lot more now that it's, like, especially with the first chapter and this one as well, that we had about, like, 20 plus pages to go on, and it was really good action, just going straight through and all that. And like that's what I kind of want to see, like, you know, from what we get from like One Punch Man. If we get to, like, honestly, if we wait every like 2.5 weeks, like every, like, you know, and we get like this amount, I'm perfectly fine with it. You know, I think that's a good amount and all that, having about like 24, 25 pages, like going for it, and just like the pure just art fucking Genos. Just this is why I love like any time Genos fights in the series, because it, like every time Murata just makes this fucking character look insane. And some of those villains as well, like one of them which I really thought for a while, like, oh, he's that like face monster that they had to go against, like when they were like going against Boris, and I was like, no, it's not that thing, but it's like a really cool like villain that has all of his like victims like faces on him, and it's like, you know, that's really cool that he cuts off faces, and like I really like that. I thought, oh, it's a shame that this character isn't gonna be like a nobody or anything like that, because I really think he has a very fucking cool character design. I was like, I really like that. That looks like if that was in a horror manga or in a horror like movie or anything like that, if it was like, say, like, I don't know, like Conjuring, that's a new movie coming out like right now and all that, like if that was a fucking in there, I'd shit myself. It's something that like really interests me, and it's like, you know, there's just that dynamic arc that he had. It's just like how he was just strategizing throughout the entire thing. It's like, you know, he knew that he wanted to go for the head, and he's like, oh, I just used my hard steel head because my arms were like generally getting battle damage. And just like the ending of like, this is the last guy he's got to clean up, as like everyone's in the offices like going, yo, what the fuck, yo, Genos, they're like, yo, you cleaning up, like this is like what a true S-Class should fucking be. It's like, well, after this, you know, like Genos is probably gonna be right, like going up a rank or 2 after this, like, you know, completely just taking on his own, like, you know, this entire threat is like everyone else, all the other heroes are trying to, like 7 of them or so are trying to deal with the last guy, and it's like, oh my god, like this fucker, like that like awakened cockroach who's there with his arms going like what you in like Nuri and Wakamoto like bison go I am the cockroach, like that. It's like, what the, you ain't scary motherfucker, get out of there. Although that's why like Terra for Mars, like cockroaches in that are like the most terrifying things in the world, because like cockroaches are just the most durable insects where they can just take anything. If you guys don't know about that, like that, cockroaches can survive ridiculous shit. They can survive like just like honestly like nuclear shit. Like they're ridiculous. Even though, you know, like if they were like the size of us humans like that, that's why you get to see in Terra for Mars, they're near up unstoppable. It's like that. It's like you can do it. Like they can survive heat, they can survive water, they can survive nuclear shit like that. They can, like, they're very tough and sturdy as well. Like they're honestly fearsome things. And it's like, yeah, as dumb as this fucker looks, he's probably gonna like give Genos a little, you know, maybe might give him a little, you know, fist or two. I just like that, you know, this is obviously the ending of the chapter, like, from what it felt like, and, like, you get to see, like, Saitama coming out, and he's like, oh, didn't you watch your senpai, like, in this match night? He's like, nah, I had to take a piss, like that. Just, he goes, right, let's get in here, let's enjoy ourselves. And I'm like, oh, yes, Taranko versus big bushy eyebrow fucker, like that. He's like, oh, this fucking trash, like, he might as well just, like, had all his text just go growl like that, because he just sounded like a wild animal, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you and all that, like, and just Saitama's not listening. He's just like, I took a piss, I don't know how to do this up. I was actually laughing my ass off when I was like, he's just there trying to sort this out like the fucking gi, and it's just like, I have no idea, fuck it, that will do, like that. And just the guy at the ending of the chat is like, I'm gonna kill you. So it's like, really? You really think, you really think you're gonna take on Saitama? I don't think so, motherfucker. Although I'm kind of like, we're both like, definitely this part of the chapter was really well done in the sense of that it heavily addressed some of that pacing stuff that we've been wanting to see for a while. It's taken care of like most of the tournament. I think pretty much the majority of the tournament is done, like apart from some of the serious fights that they got in there. Like they've taken care of like the rest of that shit and all that with like Genos, like what Genos is dealing with that. We've also, you know, we've seen like in the past chapter as well that Blizzard, you know, she's like taking care of stuff as well. Like, you know, all of them, like the heroes are getting involved to deal with this giant villain attack that they're dealing with right now. And you know, Genos is like having like he's dealing with them like that. He's like all of them, I believe, like every single one that he's gone against so far is like a demon level opponent. So it's like, you know, he's dealing with some motherfuckers that, you know, most of the time for like heroes and all that, like don't, like they take a couple of heroes to take it, but obviously he's clearly shown them like how like amazing he is. Even if he is a S class, which S class are fucking impressive and all that, but it's like, you know, he climbed up the ladders from like being like on that like prisoner ranking, and it's like, look at him now where it's just like he's getting there, like, you know, like where like especially like Genos, I feel like a character like him could get into like the top 5. Like he could probably get into like top 5 or like top 6 like of like the S ranks. I feel like that's somewhere where we can go. Obviously we still haven't seen all of the S class like all their to their truest abilities, but I feel like if like Genos, if he keeps upgrading himself at this point and keeps improving himself for strategies and everything, I feel like he could get up there. I feel like he could really like push himself, and just like seeing Saitama, like it was hilarious this chapter. But it definitely was a like, if you go into the nutshell, it was like, let's look at like these so-called strong guys in the tournament. Then you go to Genos just whacking fuckers, like just like it's nothing. I feel like I had fun with this chapter. I think that was really enjoyable. I kind of like the conclusion to this one. I thought it was like, it had a nice comedic end, and then it had some really impressive art and some really impressive like little fight scenes, and like just showing how much Genos has just generally improved from the start of the series to like where he is now is a nice thing to see. So overall, I think like combining the two chapters together, I think I give like the whole thing an A. I think I really enjoyed it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Like, are you excited for the next chapter of One Punch Man? But that's all for me. So if you enjoy as much as I do, you know how to hit that like, you know how to hit that subscribe. That's all for me. So I'll see you guys though next time.